Good morning, everyone. So here is our Unit 11 pretest that I'm going to go through with you one at a time. So like I mentioned previously, you can either go through it with me together, or you can go ahead and do the pretest by yourself and then use this as an answer key. And make sure you really pay attention to those problems that may have been incorrect, okay? So you should be excited. This is our last pretest of third grade. So here we go. So what time does the clock show? Let's remember that our hour hand is our short hand and our minute hand is our long hand. So if you zoom in here, we can see that our minute hand comes right here, right before the 7. So we're going to hop and count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 31, 32, 33, 34. So I'm at 34 minutes. And my hour hand is in the backyard of the 2. So it is 2:34. Here we go, A. Okay. Number 2, Mika's concert started at 6:49 and it ended at 7:14. How long was the concert? So you know that the strategy that I like to use to find my time interval is our mountain, hill, boulder, and rock. So we know that our mountain is 1 hour, our hill is 10 minutes, our boulder is 5 minutes, and our rocks are 1 minute each. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I know that I can't work with an hour because 6:49 plus an hour is 7:49, okay? So I'm going to start hopping by 10 minutes. So 6:49, I'm driving over my hill of 10 minutes, and that gets me to 6:59, okay? I'm going to go another 10-minute interval, so I'm going to drive over another hill. I'm driving over my hill, and by the time I get over that, it is 7:09. Okay, now I'm going to use my 5-minute interval. Okay, so when I drive over that hill, 7:09 plus 5 minutes gets me to 7:14. Okay, so let's see what the difference is here. It's 10, 20, 25 minutes. So my answer is B. Again, there are other ways that you can do this. There are even other ways that you can do this here. You can hop 1 minute to get to 6:50 if that's easier for you. So whatever strategy works best for you to solve. Okay? Moving on. Number 3, B started reading at 8:56. She finished an hour and 15 minutes later. What time did she finish reading at? Okay, so a lot of you on your quiz, you forgot about this 1 hour here. You added 15 minutes on, but you forgot about an hour and 15 minutes. So read very carefully. Okay, so if she started reading at 8:56, and she read an hour and 15 minutes, I'm going to hop 1 hour. So hopping 1 hour is going to get me to 1 hour from 8:56 gets me to 9:56. Okay. 10 minutes gets me to 10:06. And then I'm going to hop 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10:06, 10:07, 10:08, 10:09. 10:10, and 10:11. Okay? So your answer is C. All right. Number 4, measure the liquid volume in the container. So we can see here that we have intervals, and our liquid volume goes up to here. So that's what we are looking for. So our intervals look like they're by 100. So let's count by 100s and make sure that we're correct. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So we are correct. So we're just going to go up one more interval, which is going to get me to 600 milliliters. So a little bit more than half a liter. Number 5, estimate the liquid volume in the container. All right, so let's take a look here. We can see that our intervals that are here for us are 100 milliliters and 1,000 milliliters. We know that this right here is 0 milliliters. So if I'm thinking and I'm estimating, if it were me, I'd probably kind of create my own intervals of 100. So 0 milliliters, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1,000 milliliters. So if I were to look at this volume line right here, that would get me to 100, 200, 300, about 400 milliliters. And my answer is there. Now, if you look at your other options, you would know that none of these other options would even make sense. Why? Well, because the estimates are above 500 milliliters and your liquid volume line is below 500 milliliters. So 400 milliliters is actually the only estimate here that would be a realistic answer, okay? Number 6. There are 640 milliliters of chocolate milk in a jug. If 8 people share it evenly, how much would each person get? Okay, so let's think about this here. We have 640 milliliters in a jug, and we want to share it or divide it among 8 people, okay? Well, you know that we have a trick here when we're trying to figure out a division problem or a multiplication problem when we are working with a number or a whole that is in the hundreds. You know that we look at this 64 right here. So how many times does 8 go into 64? And you should know that 8 goes into 64 8 times. And then we add our 0 on since we are working with a whole that is in the hundreds place. So my answer would be 80 milliliters. So each person would receive 80 milliliters of chocolate milk. And then if you wanted to check that, you could add up 80 8 times, or 80 times 8, which also gets us to 640. Okay? So my answer is B. Number 7, a bottle contained 90 milliliters of sodium hydroxide. A science teacher used 64 milliliters in an experiment. How much is left? So remember whenever we hear the words like how much, we know that we are finding the difference. She had, the bottle had 90 milliliters and she used 64 of that, and we're looking for the missing parts. So her total is 90 milliliters. The part that she used was 64, and we're wondering what this missing part is. So what can I do in order to find the difference? Well, I can either add 64 plus what equals 90, or I can do 90 minus 64 equals what? And I think that subtracting is my best bet here. I can't do 0 minus 4. I don't have enough. And I'm sorry, you can't take 4 away from nothing. So I'm going to go next door. I'm going to take a 10 away and add 10 on here. 10 minus 4 is 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. So she has 26 milliliters left inside of the bottle, D. Number 8, each of Jessica's figurines weighs 40 grams. How much do 5 figures weigh? Okay, so she has 5 figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 figures are groups, and each weighs 40. Okay, so I know that this is a multiplication problem, which is 5 groups of 40. If you're not sure how to do that, the other option that you have is to do repeated addition. So I'm going to add 40 up 5 times. 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. Okay, so I know that all my zeros in the one place are 0. And now I'm going to count by 4s. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16, and 16 plus 4 is 20. So all of my 5 figurines that each weigh 40 grams are going to be 200 grams altogether. All right. Let's move on to number 9. All right. So these are the ones that I really want you to take your time on. These can be a little bit tricky. Okay. So it says the table lists descriptions of time. Write the letter of the clock in the response bank that matches each description. There is one clock that will not be used. So what do I always tell you? I always tell you that we should figure out the time before we even do anything else. So let's look here. This is my minute hand, and my minute hand falls right here. So I'm going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Plus one more minute is 41. So 41 minutes. And it is in the backyard of the 3:41. Now it looks really close to the 4 because we are almost in the hour of 4. We only have a little bit of time left. Okay, clock B. My minute hand is, looks like right here. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. This one's hard to tell if it's 26 or 27 minutes. I'm just going to write 20. Let's see. My eye is 25, 26, 27. I'm going to go with 27 minutes. And we know that it is in the backyard of the 7, so it's 7:27. Okay. Clock C. Here is my minute hand. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minutes. And my hour hand gets me in the backyard of the 5, so it's 5:08. And then D here. Here's my minute hand. Easy. I know this is 30 minutes, so I'm at 35 minutes. And we are in the backyard of the 11, so it's 11:35. Now this is going to make this a whole lot easier, okay? So it says 10 minutes after 4:58. 10 minutes after 4:58. So what's 4:58 plus 10 minutes? Well, I know that my hole is 60, so I know that I'm going to be at 08, and I'm at a new hour, okay? Because 58 plus 10 going into my new hour gets me to 5:08. 4:58, 4:59, 5 o'clock. 5:01, 5:02, 5:03, 5:04, 5:05, 5:06, 5:07, 5:08, okay? So my clock is C. 20 minutes before 7:47. So for this strategy, I'm going to go 7:47, and I'm going to subtract 20 minutes, no hours. 7 minus 0 is 7. 4 minus 2 is 2. And my hour of 7 minus no hour gets me to 7:27. And which clock shows that? Clock B, which is 7:27. And then 11:35, is there a clock here that shows 11:35? Easy peasy, we got that. That is clock D. Okay? So especially for these two, it's easy to make a mistake. So you want to go through these carefully and double check your work. If I ask myself what's 7:27 plus 20 minutes, 7:27, 7:37, 7:47. I'm up 2 10s, okay? So double check your work. I am going to stop right here because we are at our time limit for our first video, so I will see you in a minute, starting on number 10, okay?